Hello and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your guys' questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about your wildest lesbian dating stories. From psycho exes to breakups, we are going to cover it all. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. Happy Pride, everybody! I do actually think last week when I filmed, it was Pride Month, but today is officially the start of Pride in my life. I mean, actually, that's a lie. Every day in my life technically is Pride. Do you know what I mean? Like, being a lesbian is the centre of everything I do. If I wasn't a lesbian, the Lesbian Lounge, I fear, would not exist. So technically every day is Pride, but you know, it's officially Pride Month. We've got Pride celebrations. I mean, even though Northern Pride isn't actually until July, but we do have an exciting little meetup planned for Northern Pride. So if you're planning on coming, make sure you grab yourself a pink pass for Rusty's Show Bar. We're going to be meeting there. Me and Natalie from Rush are teaming up again to host another fabulous lesbian meetup for you all. We're meeting at Rusty's about 1. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to head over into Pride, and then we'll be heading back to Rusty's after. So make sure you join us there. All information is on my Instagram, so head over to the lesbianlounge.podcast and come and join us. We're going to have a good little gay time. And yeah, it's just officially Pride, which is really exciting. So I'm wearing my brand new Let's Go Lesbians t-shirt. This is from Equal Differences, a fabulous company who not only promote, you know, being a lesbian and having fantastic t-shirts, but they teach a lot about Pride history and all of those great things. So make sure you check them out. And if you want your very own Let's Go Lesbians t-shirt, you can use code lesbian10 to save 10%, which is really exciting. So thank you, Equal Differences, for sending me my brand new favourite top, which, let's be real, I'll probably be wearing all the time. It's going to be my new go-to top. Let's go lesbians. Let's go. Have we all seen that TikTok sound? Let's go lesbians. Let's go. What's that actually from? Here we go lesbians. We all know what I'm referencing and not just thinking, what a weirdo. But yeah, make sure you check out Equal Differences for your very own Let's Go Lesbians top. They also have like other styles and other things on the tops. This is just what I went for because I love lesbians. I love being a lesbian. I just freaking love women. They're great. So check them out. And happy Pride. Like, what better top to wear to kick off Pride at the Lesbian Lounge than a Let's Go Lesbians top? Is it a t-shirt, a top? Are t-shirts and tops the same thing? I don't really know. You guys know what I mean. A little cropped tee, which is slightly different white to my trousers that I've got. And if you are watching me visually, you'll see the top is white, the trousers are cream, but we're ignoring that. If you hadn't noticed and now you're thinking, now it's all I can notice, I apologize. But anyway, aside from that, how is life? Tell me how you're doing. What are you doing right now? Are you driving? Are you out for a run? Are you sitting at home? Are you watching this on YouTube with your girlfriend whilst you have your tea? Let me know where you are, what you do, and how you are. Hope you're all good. How am I doing? Thanks for asking. I'm good. Lucy and I had our little weekend away. Well, it wasn't even a weekend. It was Wednesday evening to Friday evening, technically, was like our little bubble of time together. And it was just, like, literally just lush. Like, I would pay money to do it again, like lots of money to do it again. It was just so nice. So we met up on the Wednesday evening. Lucy came to my house after she finished working, and then we drove up to Henshaw, which is like half an hour from where I live, so not bad at all. I drove us there because Lucy's my passenger princess. Look at me go. We got to our little hut, cabin, whatever you call it, and it was literally precious. So the cabin we stayed in, there's another one directly next door, and then there's another one just like down the lane, but there was no one else staying in them, so we literally had this like whole place to ourselves. So we got there. I'd been doing some shopping on the day, so we had food in because there wasn't really any shops nearby. So Lucy cooked us some pasta, and then we went in the hot tub, and honestly, just like getting in the hot tub, relaxing, just knowing it was literally the start of like 2 solid days together, uninterrupted, no work, no other people, even though we did see other people. But, you know, it was just like knowing we had that whole time just to ourselves, do whatever we wanted with, no one around, if you get my gist, if you catch my drift. Yeah, it was just lush. So we had our pasta, went in the hot tub, and oh my God, guys, this cabin was just like adorable. Like literally, you walk in, you've got like the bed, you've got the kitchen, you've got the bathroom. Like it's very small and compact, but like you didn't need any more space. It was like a spare, like an extra single bed. So we just used that to put all our stuff on. Then we had this bed, and it was like under this like really cute, like, is canopy the word? I don't think it is. Just like in the woods. I don't know how to explain it. I did make a video on Instagram, on my Instagram, so go and watch it if you're really confused what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was just honestly precious. So we had the hot tub and food and cocktails on the Wednesday night. Then on the Thursday, we had the most unreal lie-in. Like, I don't think Lucy and I have ever really had like a full-on lay-in together, because every time we've had a sleepover, there's been somewhere we need to go the next day. Like even when we went to an event a few weeks ago, we didn't have to be up for a certain time, but we were going out for breakfast with Lucy's mum. So it was like, we can't leave it too late. Like every time it's either work, it's something, so we need to get up the next morning. But this time there was literally no rush. So we had the most unbelievable lie-in, and then we just laid in bed. Like we just cuddled in bed, and it made my heart so happy. So we did that, and then we had pain au chocolat and apple juice for breakfast. Then we got ourselves in the hot tub, had some time in the hot tub, and then we had a nap. Guys, we had a 2-hour nap. We closed our eyes at 3. We were like, we'll put an alarm on for 4:30 and 5, and we thought there's no way we'll still be napping then. 4:30 alarm goes off. I think we did it for 4:30. I can't even remember. I was literally passed out. Then the 5 o'clock one went off. We were like, oh my God, we need to leave for the wedding in about an hour and a half, which really is not a lot of time. And the only mirror in this place was like one of them tiny little wall mirrors. So we were like, brilliant. We both need to get ready, and we both have this much mirror. So I did my makeup whilst Lucy did she her hair? Yes, whilst Lucy did her hair. Then Lucy was just sitting around, because obviously I'd take a bit longer to get ready because I'm faffing on doing all my stuff, and Lucy's like, straighten my hair, I'm done. Even though actually she did put a bit of makeup on. She looks so cute, I just love her. And then, well, this was the stressful dilemma of our lives. Lucy brought her straighteners, I forgot mine, and Lucy's are wireless ones, and she didn't bring the frickin' charger. So I'm there curling my hair, and they're going beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, babe, what does this mean? And she's like, they're going to die. And I'm like, no, half my hair isn't curled. So we had to like turn down, not the volume, the heating, and had to really, really quickly curl my hair. It was seriously stressful. But literally, as I did like the final curl, they died. And I was like, whew. So good thing nothing needed touching up, because nothing could have been touched up. It was literally like, okay, we're done, put them down, it's all good. So we got ready for the wedding, and I was going to drive us, but then I thought, actually, I'm going to treat myself to a drink. So we got a little Uber over with Dave the Uber, and we went to Lucy's family friend's wedding, and it was really cute. We took some photos before we went as well. So if you haven't seen, I was in like a cream dress, like covered in flowers. Don't be like, oh my God, you wore cream to a wedding. Like it was covered in colourful flowers. And Lucy wore a green suit and looked sexy as fuck. Like she was so fit. I do think we're like a really good looking couple, like not to brag, but I do think we look quite good together. Like we complement each other really well, even though I was in quite big wedges, so Lucy looked teeny tiny because she's just little. She's just so cute. So yeah, we went to the wedding, met up with Lucy's mum and dad, got to meet loads of the family friends and stuff, so it was all really, really cute. There was pizza at the wedding, lots of passion fruit martinis. Someone flirted with Lucy. Actually, you can all clear this up for me. So there was this girl working behind the bar. She was giving bisexual, right? She wasn't giving full on leather. She was giving bisexual. She had all the nose, ear piercings. Like she just was giving bisexual. And Lucy went to the bar because I had an Aperol spritz, but you guys know me, I don't like Prosecco, champagne, like, hate it. So I was like, I need some lemonade in this. So Lucy took a big glug out and went to get some lemonade in it. So I was just chilling with Lucy's mum and dad. And what does this girl say to Lucy? I like your suit. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go speak to this girl. I'm really not that dramatic. But here was my thinking. I was like, babe, you just got flirted with. And she was like, no, I didn't. She was just saying she liked my suit. And I was like, no, girl, who obviously is a little bit gay, like no offense, this girl just looked gay, is going to say to a really fit mask lesbian, I like your suit, without any intention behind that. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's I like your suit, and there's I like your suits. I like your suit and I like what's underneath, and I want to take that suit off you and fuck you later. That's what she meant. You would not just say to someone, I like your suit. You just wouldn't. Maybe you would. I don't know. Personally, I think it was a flirt. Like, I just think if you are a bit gay and you're saying to a masked lesbian who's so obviously gay looking, she was the only girl there in a suit, my sexy, sexy girl. Like, there was no one else there, eye candy, for this gay person, unless she fancied the boys. I don't know. But like, you wouldn't just say to the only masked lesbian there, I like your suit, without meaning anything other than, that's a really nice suit. Like, yeah, it's a nice suit. Why didn't you compliment my dress, babe? Do you know what I mean? So I was beaming, but I wasn't, because I'm like, I love the fact that people flirt with Lucy and think she's attractive, because I'm like, fuck yeah, like, she's so fit, and she chose me out of all you bitches. She chose me. Getting a bit protective, can you tell? But it was really cute. We had a lush night, and then headed back to the cabin, got in the hot tub at like midnight. It was really fun, and then went to sleep. And then on Friday, I'm gonna yawn. Pardon me. I promise I'm not as tired as I was last week. Mum's feedback to the podcast last week, she's like, you were yawning so much. And I was like, I know, I was really tired last week. Like, I don't even remember what we spoke about last week. I was so tired. Anyway, yeah, got in the hot tub. Then Friday morning, we got up fairly early because we had to be out of the hut by 11, and we went into Hexham because it was not far from Henshaw. Had a little Starbies on the way. We just did some wandering, had some breakfast. It wasn't really even breakfast. Lucy had a halloumi burger and I had halloumi fries and mac and cheese and a hot chocolate. It was a very random mixture of things. And then there was this little market on, so we were like, oh my god, let's go to the market. It was kind of shit. Like, there just wasn't many things there. Nothing tickled our fancy. So we drove back to my house, and then my mum had been to see Anne Juliet, the musical, the night before. And she was like, you guys need to go and see it. Now, I've seen it twice before in the West End, but mum was like, it's just so good. Like, you need to try and get tickets. So I was like, okay, I'll ring the theatre, see if there's been any return tickets. And literally as I rang, she was like, there's literally just been 2 tickets. So we were like, okay, let's book them. So we were at my house, then we were like, let's drive to Sunderland. And then both our cars are in Sunderland because Lucy had to go to work the next day and I was judging a charity pageant in Sunderland. So we needed both our cars over that way. So we were like, let's drive to Sunderland, then we'll just get the metro into Newcastle. So we drove to Sunderland, dropped the cars off, and then, not even joking, we literally had about 2 minutes until we had to leave. Booked the Uber, 1 minute away, and I was like, babe, we're going to hurry up. Lucy was trying to iron a t-shirt, and I was like, we don't have time. Mr. Uber is outside. It was very, very stressful, but we made it because we were going out for a meal beforehand. Went to Fuego's in Phoenix, my favourite pizza restaurant ever. Had a £15.50 cocktail. Steep, and all it tasted like was champagne, so I was like stirring it like, please don't taste like champagne, but I was too embarrassed to ask for lemonade because I thought, oh, it's gonna give Lucy the ick, isn't it, if I keep asking for lemonade in all my drinks. Then we went to see Anne Juliet, and it is such a good show. It's definitely left Newcastle now, but if you ever get the chance to see it, like, go and see it. It's so funny, such a nice story. Obviously it makes me feel famous because I'm also Juliet, so everyone's like, Juliet, 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 and I'm like, hey girls, it's me. I used to get like the piss taken out of me at school because we studied Romeo and Juliet in English, and do you all remember the nurse, like, Juliet, Juliet, like, everyone used to shout that to me at school, and I'd be like, oh, fuck off, like, give me a break. Yeah, went to see that. It was so funny. Love May and, oh my god, what's his name, Francois, like their little love story. I said to Lucy, I was like, there's a bit of homosexuality in there, and Ellie said homophobia when I was speaking to her. I was like, no, I mean homosexuality. There's a bit of gayness. We need more lesbian representation in musicals, though, I fear. Like, they always have like a gay boy but never a gay girl, so sort it out. Maybe I'll write a musical. Should I write a musical? What should we call it? It's called the Lesbian Lounge, the musical. There we go, sorted. Send me your self-tapes, lesbians. I'll hire you all. saw that, and then we went to the botanist for a drinky poos, and then we went home, and then went our separate ways on Saturday morning, and then I saw Lucy last night. She came around to mine for food. She left this morning, and now I'm not going to see her until Thursday. Oh, I can't cope. Like 3 whole days away from each other. How am I meant to survive? Like, not even in a sexual manner. Like, how am I meant to not see this girl and just kiss her face and just look at her and just cuddle in bed? Like, how am I meant to cope? I'm not sure. But she is a busy gal. I can't remember if I've told you guys properly, but she's opening her own bar in Sunderland in Clevedon Village called The Raven. And it's going to be opening fairly soon, I think. So keep your eyes out on the socials, because I want you guys to be there supporting my girl. Do you know what I mean? Go and buy your cocktails and your beers and whatever other wines, champagnes, whatever you fancy. We've been naming cocktails. It's been really fun, actually. I've been helping them come up with good names. There was one, and I was like, let's call it the Lick My Pussy. And she was like, maybe that's not the vibe. And I was like, okay, I understand. But yeah, make sure you check out The Raven, because I'm hoping to be able to do some like little lesbian events and meetups there and stuff. So keep your eyes peeled on The Raven. But yeah, she's busy gal, because they're literally like doing it all themselves. Like, they've built everything, they've painted everything, they're doing it all themselves. So it's Lucy and her brother, and then her mum and dad are helping out. So yeah, she's a busy gal, so I get it. And you know, I'm a busy gal, but I miss her. Like, genuinely, I miss her, and it makes me sad. But anyway, I am going to stop rambling. We had a lovely weekend away. Not weekend, but kind of weekend. And I don't think there's anything else to update you all on. Make sure you check out Equal Differences for your lesbian t-shirts. And without further ado, let's jump straight on into this week's episode. So this week's question of the week is, what is the craziest thing you've ever done after a lesbian breakup? So let's see what you guys said. Shaved off all my hair. Valid. You know what I mean? I hope you donated it to the Little Princess Trust. I've definitely been crazy after a few breakups, including sending a love letter to their parents' house to make it awkward for them. Oh, so you didn't even like mean the love letter. You just did it to like be a shit stirrer. Iconic. Banned my friends from saying her name. Fair enough. Became a poet, and somehow that stayed with me. I now love writing poems. There you go. If you didn't have that breakup, you wouldn't have had this like awakening of being a poet. I'm really happy for you. Got a new piercing to make myself feel better. I feel like that's probably quite common, like piercings, tattoos, changing the hair, like making a significant change, or like doing something. I mean, getting a piercing's not reckless, is it? But do you know what I mean? Like doing something, being like, I want to get a piercing. I want to dye my hair blue. I want to shave my head off. Because you broke up. I get it. Watched But I'm a Cheerleader with my flatmates and cried. I've actually never seen that, Don't Come For Me. But I know it was a musical on the West End a few years ago, because everyone was saying, go see it, go see it, go see it. And then there was a day I was in London, I was like, I'm going to get a ticket. Sold out. Never saw it, but I fear I would have loved it, because it's about lesbians, so that would have been quite fun to watch. Actually started opening up to my dad, of all people. I do think sometimes like breakups can bring you closer with other people. Like since my breakup, my mum and dad and I have all become, like we've always been a really, really close family, but like we've stopped arguing, like we've just been getting on a lot better. And I do think sometimes breakups can like bring you closer to other people because of what you've gone through, if that makes any sense. Told my ex's mum everything her daughter did wrong. Fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't let them get away with shit. You fucking tell them. Be like, your daughter treated me like a piece of shit. See what the mum's gonna do about it. I asked them to post my hoodie back to me and told them I would cover postage because I liked that hoodie too much. I had to lie and say it had some sentimental value. They did not post it back and they blocked me, silly girl. See, I still have a few of the extra hoodies. I actually need to go through my wardrobe and throw them out, but I'm like, some of them are nice hoodies, but I wouldn't wear them again because I'm like, I have a new girlfriend, I have her hoodies to wear. But I get it, like, take your shit back or give me my shit back. Like, Taylor left them all up here, do you know what I mean? Like, if you want them, if you're listening to the pod, Taylor, I'll post your hoodies, do you know what I mean? They're sitting in the back of my wardrobe somewhere. But that's a shame that you were like, please, could you just post it back? And they didn't and blocked you. Like, don't be so petty, do you know what I mean? I can't think of anything as I'm not a psycho. Fair enough. Like, some people I feel like you can just like break up amicably. Why can I never say this word? Amicably. You can break up on good terms. Let's go with that. And like, you know, not necessarily be friends. I don't know if you can be friends with an ex. I thought you could. Like, when Taylor and I broke up, I was so convinced, like, we're going to be friends. It's going to be fine. But then I think when you get in a new relationship, it's only respectful to your new partner to not be friends with that ex, because I wouldn't like it if Lucy was friends with her exes and was like chatting with them. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, it's just, it's weird vibes. But I do think you can be on like okay terms. Like, you can be on the not blocked on social media. We both still exist in each other's lives. I think that can happen. I personally, I don't know if you can be friends with an ex. And I don't know if I could date someone who is friends with an ex. Like, I always thought it didn't bother me. And I think until I've been in the situation of having an ex, now I'm like, oh, I fear I could not. But good on you for not being a psycho, just letting them crack on with their life. You're cracking on with your life. You're not interfering. You're just like, brilliant, it didn't work out. Shake hands. See you later. See you never. I swore I would never, ever date anyone again. Then in brackets, I started talking to someone the next day. Fair enough. You know, I was similar. I literally broke up with Taylor and was like, I am in my single girl era. Like, I want to go on so many dates. I want to just have some fun. And then literally went on a date with Lucy and I was like, oh, nothing's going to top that. I don't find anyone sexy apart from Lucy. Like, we're now meant to be together forever. So I get it. It's like, you can say, I'm never going to date, but then when you meet that person, it's so hard to not see them ever again. So I don't blame you. Say my ex sorry after 2 years. Who said they're sorry? You or the ex? I'm confused. At least someone apologised. Someone admitted they did wrong. Even if it was 2 years later, they said, listen, I was wrong. So it's all good. I got a new hairstyle. Yeah, so fair enough. Like, I think a lot of people do the big chop or the big colour change just to like feel like they've got a shift. And I guess in a way, it makes you feel like that new person. Because when you come out of a relationship and you're getting into a new one, I feel like you do go through this like shift, don't you? Like, you change and transform into a new person. So by, you know, changing something significant about you, by like, you know, I don't know, doing a wardrobe clear out, by changing your hair colour, changing your hairstyle, changing something about you, it makes you feel like you're a new person. I get that feeling fresh for someone else. I totally get that. Went and slept with the person they cheated on me with for a solid 6 months. Iconic. And I don't blame you. Like, do you know what I mean? They cheated on you. You go and fucking sleep with them. We're not judging. Go you. I'm proud of you. I wrote her a letter. I wrote a breakup. Well, not a breakup letter, but I wrote a letter for Taylor after we broke up, just to like get my thoughts down on paper, because my brain was a bit all over the place. Even though I knew I'd 100% made the right decision, like, there was no doubt in my mind about that. But I just wanted to like explain why I'd made the decision, if that makes sense. It doesn't apply to me. I've only ever had one relationship in my life and we're still going strong. I'm so happy for you. Like, I thought that would be me. I was like, I'm going to marry the only girl I've ever dated. But then I would say that to you guys, but in my mind I'd be thinking, I don't think that's going to happen. Like, I don't think I can live my life never going on a first date again. So there we go. But touching wood that you don't have that same experience and this continues to go great for you forever, and you can invite me and Lucy to the wedding. Turned up to her house at 3 a.m. I was sober. She just wouldn't answer me. I get, like, if you need answers, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe she's rang you saying I'm breaking up with you and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why don't you text me back? You're going to go around, aren't you? Like, you need answers. You need, like, clearance. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like, you need clarity, that's the word. You need the clarity, you need the understanding of why has this happened. I dyed my hair, I got a tattoo, and I got my tongue pierced in less than a week. I told you all that would be the most common answer, like changing things about you. I think even physical things probably get changed more than like emotional, mental things after a breakup, because everyone's like, I'm just going to shift myself into this new era of me with the tongue piercing and blue hair. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm going to go crazy after a breakup. I got drunk and slept with my best friend. Fair, no judgment here. Last one we'll do. I solo backpacked around Croatia for 2 weeks, 2 days after we broke up. No way. So 2 days after you broke up, you're like, fuck it. I'm going to Croatia for 2 weeks and I'm going backpacking. That's so fair. So fair. Right, guys, shall we jump into some dilemmas? I'm just going to have a sip of my drink. Lucy told me I wasn't allowed to drink chocolate milk on the podcast again, or hot chocolates, because she said they're too slurpy, and because my microphone picks up everything so you can hear it all. So I'm hoping my Vimto didn't upset you all, but if it upset your ears, I apologise. I'll start editing my sips out. Okay, jumping into some dilemmas. We're starting off with a little question that I actually don't know the answer to, but I'm gonna read it anyway. So, why do some Pride events happen in July and not June? If it was from a certain date in June to July, I get it. But otherwise, if it's just all of June, then shouldn't all events be held in June? Especially if it's Pride. Genuinely curious, not trying to be homophobic, as it should be celebrated all year. So yeah, I actually don't know the answer to this. I think, like you said, like Pride should be celebrated all year. Like, a month realistically isn't that much time. So maybe it's just because you physically can't fit like every Pride for Manchester, Newcastle, Liverpool, Scotland, Brighton. Like, you can't fit all of these Prides into 1 month, probably. I don't know. Could you? Maybe. I guess it's just when things work for other people. Like, you know, summer holidays, maybe it's things to do like that. Like, honestly, I really don't know. Should we Google it? Do you think Google might give us an answer? Why are some Pride events in July? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Some prides are held in July due to their historical let's try that again. Due to their historical connection to the Stonewall riots, which occurred in June 1969. While Pride Month is celebrated in June, some cities choose to hold their events in July, particularly on the weekend closest to July 1st, which was the date of the first UK Gay Pride rally in 1972, marking the 3rd anniversary of the Stonewall riots. So it could be something to do with that. It could just be scheduling. There's probably loads of things that go into it. I don't think anyone particularly goes, oh, I'm going to be cool and hold Pride in July, not June. Like, I think it's just, that's the way it is. That was a song in and Juliet. Look at me go. I'm like a little walking, talking musical theatre nerd. I actually am such a musical theatre geek. Not as much as I used to be. Like, when I was like 16, like, ask me about any music, I'll tell you the answer. Now I'm like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of unsure on that one. But, you know, as long as Pride's getting celebrated, I guess it's all good. Okay, I really need your help. I've been with my girlfriend for about 5 years, and recently I have just been falling out of love with her, and I've been planning on breaking up. I think it's very similar to your situation, and that there was no bad blood. I just felt like we weren't compatible anymore. Completely relate. And I think this is something so brave to open up about, because so many people, they just stay in the relationship because it's comfortable, and you've been with them for 5 years, and everyone knows you as a couple, not as much as individual people. It's the easier thing to do, isn't it? Just to stay in a relationship like that. But it's really brave to admit that there's something missing, and especially when there's nothing wrong. Do you know what I mean? When there's no issue, when no one's treating each other shit, no one's treated, it's just that connection and that compatibility has gone. So I'm proud of you for just like owning that, because it took me a long time to own and accept and to act on those feelings as well. What are we up to? So the other night I was out at a club by myself, and I don't know what came over me, but I met this girl and we made out. And ever since then we have been non-stop talking to each other. But I still haven't officially broken up with my girlfriend, so I feel like a cheater, and I don't know if I should come clean and tell her I found somebody else, or just break up with her as I originally planned and not mention the other girl. I would really appreciate your help. Okay, so we have another layer to it now. It's not just like, I'm falling out of love, I think I'm going to break up. I'm going to break up with you. It's now, I'm falling out of love, we're not compatible, and I've kissed someone else. I mean, it's tricky, isn't it? I think you have to think about your, like, can you live with that, like, guilty conscience if you don't tell her? Do you know what I mean? If you're, it's really tricky, because I don't know you guys as people. Like, I mean, touch wood, not touch wood, thank God mine and Taylor's was smoother than this, because there wasn't that element to think about. But yeah, I think if you can live with the guilty conscience of knowing that you broke up because, well, it's not even like you're breaking up because you cheated though, you were thinking about it anyway, do you know what I mean? So I guess you have to think, can I live the rest of my life knowing that I cheated on my ex, broke up with her and didn't tell her? And if you think, yeah, it doesn't really bother me because I was going to break up with her anyway, you know, you probably were a bit drunk on this night out, you kissed this girl, you weren't really thinking what you were doing, because in your mind you're probably already single. If anything, because you said like you've been contemplating it, maybe having this kiss was the sign that you needed to go, okay, I need to step away from this relationship. Because if this relationship was solvable and these issues could have been worked on, I don't think even a really drunk like self would have allowed you to kiss someone else. Something would have held you back to go, no, I can't do this. I want to make things right in my current relationship. So I think the fact that you even had this kiss is a sign to you to get the fuck out of there. I mean, you can be open and honest and tell them and say, listen, I'm really sorry, I kissed someone else. But I guess then they're going to think that's the only reason you've broke up with them. I guess, how do you want them to tell their friends the breakup happened? Because realistically, if you say, I think I've fallen out of love with you, you could say all these things, but as soon as you mention the kiss, that's all they're going to think about. All they're going to tell their friends is, she cheated on me, that's how we broke up. None of this other airy fairy, I've lost love, blah, blah, blah. All they care about is the kiss. So how do you want to look to the friends, to them, to the family? Or can you just be honest about how you've been feeling, you know, and say, listen, like, I've thought about it, I don't think there's any coming back from this for the relationship, so I've decided that I'm going to break up with you. Like, and then if you can live with that guilty conscience of never, you know, telling them, I mean, it could have been worse, you know, it could have been a shag. It was just a kiss. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's probably something that like you've subconsciously wanted for a long time, just to go out and like, you know, feel wanted again, because you're saying like, you know, there's been this like compatibility issue and stuff. So I think, I'm not going to tell you what to do, because I think it really depends on who you both are as people and if you can live with yourself for not saying anything. But I think about that. Can you live with yourself if you don't say anything? Are you gonna, you know, be getting shit from their friends and family if you admit to this kiss that's happened? And is it just gonna put a sour taste in everyone else's mouth when realistically this breakup was probably gonna happen anyway? But keep us updated. I'd love to know what you decide to do. And yeah, let's move on to another dilemma. It always does this thing. It like just pops up with like adverts on Google Forms, and I'm like, I don't want to pay £99 for premium Google Forms. I don't need it. Okay, sorry, I'll calm down. Here we go. I'm in my late 20s and I think I'm a lesbian, but I'm in a 5-year relationship. Help. So I've been in a relationship with this guy for 5 years now. Nothing has progressed as a relationship would. We don't live together, and a future with him just seems non-existent now, especially because of the past month. I've gotten really close with this girl. It started off as a close friendship, and overnight it turned into something else. For context, this girl is an out there lesbian and also in a woman loving woman relationship. I know it's very messy. What's everyone doing getting with other people for, guys? What happened to monogamy, not non-monogamy? Has anyone started watching Open House? Lucy and I started it last night, like literally we got through about 20 minutes and then I fell asleep. But it's giving non-monogamy. Is it? I don't know. Is cheating non-monogamous? What is monogamy? When monogamy is when you're only for each other. Non-monogamy is when you're like happy to just fuck Sally and Dick and Tom and Harry, whatever that saying is. Tom, Dick and Harry. Okay, anyway, no judgment here at all. Never, ever. Carry on. Where are we up to? Very messy. I know. We've been flirting back and forth. Oh no, I've missed something out. Have I? Oh yeah, I have. So, ever since she started flirting with me, literally overnight, I started to question everything. We've been flirting back and forth, and basically we ended up sleeping together, and I enjoyed it a lot. That says everything. Do you know what I mean? If you'd done the wrong thing, you wouldn't have enjoyed it. You would have felt guilty after. I mean, you probably are feeling guilty, but like you wouldn't have let yourself enjoy it, and you let yourself enjoy it. And I'm sorry, but sex with a woman is out of this world compared to sex with a man. So, you know, how can you go back to straight sex, like 5-minute straight sex after having like 4-hour great passionate lesbian sex? Do you know what I mean? Where are we up to? So much so we've done it again. Aside from the overwhelming lust we have for each other, I can tell we care a lot for each other too. That's the best thing about lesbians as well, like you actually understand each other emotionally. We have briefly spoken about actually being together, and it makes me excited for the future. She just feels right to me, and I just feel so sure about her. This brings me to my dilemma. How the hell do you tell a man who you've been in a relationship with for 5 years that you don't want to be with him anymore? Do I be honest and say I think I'm a lesbian? Or do I call it quits and give a "it's not you, it's me" answer? Because in all honesty, he isn't a bad person. I just don't think he sees a future with me. I feel like for a while I've just been holding a spot for his future wife. I've been given the advice of stay with him until you know the other girl is going to leave her partner and be with you. But in my head, it doesn't feel right to stay with someone for that reason. I'm just very confused about the whole situation right now and could do with some out of the box advice. Be brutally honest. I know me and the girl are no saints in this story. Again, like I said, no judgment here. Like don't feel bad. And whatever you do, like you have to do what's right for you. Not what's right for her, not what's right for him, what's right for you. If you know you cannot see a future with this man, then why are you letting yourself settle for that? Like, and again, then bringing him back into the equation, thinking about him, it's not fair on him to be with someone who doesn't see that future with them. And like you said, you know, like you don't think he really sees a future with you. You think you've been holding the spot for his future wife. So like, let's be gracious to him, cut him off, let him go. What comes next with this girl, that outcome shouldn't affect the relationship with him. Do you know what I mean? Like, that relationship is done now. Like, you've slept with the woman, you've got these feelings. Like whether she decides to leave her girlfriend or not, that you still need to leave your boyfriend. And I know it's hard, you've been together 5 years. Like he's a lovely boy, all of this stuff. But I think so many girls have been in this similar situation where they have these feelings. Like, you know, we literally gave the advice last week of someone saying they think they might be lesbian and they've had this urge to go and be with a woman. And it's like, you need to follow that urge. You have followed that urge and you've enjoyed it. You've, you know, then decided, I think I am a lesbian. I don't want to be with this man anymore. What you tell him is up to you. You don't need to tell him you've slept with someone else. You could just say, listen, I'm pretty certain I'm a lesbian, so unless you're going to grow a vagina and boobs overnight, this relationship isn't going to work. And you know, hopefully he'll be understanding about that. And yeah, it's a big shock for your girlfriend of 5 years who you probably have been having frequent sex with to say, actually, I hate having sex with you, I want to have sex with a woman. It's going to be, you know, he's probably going to feel shit about himself and be like, oh my God, if I turn her gay, like all of this stuff. But, you know, you have to put yourself first in the situation and not let yourself settle for the rest of your life with a man when you know that you want to be with a woman. And whether the woman that you're meant to be with is this woman or a different woman, that doesn't matter. You need to, you know, step away from your relationship, and at least then you're not the one sleeping with somebody else whilst you're in a relationship. You know, that's this other girl's problem to deal with. She needs to decide if she's going to stay with her girlfriend, if she's going to get with you, whatever she wants to do. Again, you need to put yourself first. So do what is best for you. Is the best thing for you to never speak to any of them again and find a new girl who's not in a relationship and you just have a happily ever after? Or is the best thing for you to do to leave your boyfriend and, you know, give this girl an ultimatum if you feel you need to. But like, listen, I've literally left my boyfriend of 5 years for you. I've literally given up 5 years of life of hard work to be with you. You need to decide who you want to be with. And if it's me, you need to leave your girlfriend. And if she's not going to do that, then you go and find some woman who, well, maybe let's just not go for another woman in a relationship. But like, you need to just find someone who wouldn't have any doubts in their mind of not wanting to drop everything in their life to be with you, because that's the bare minimum we all deserve. Like, you know, we all just deserve someone who wants nothing more in life than to be with us. They want to give us the world. Like, Lucy came to me with flowers yesterday. Like, are you joking? She's just so sweet. But yeah, you just deserve so much more than settling for a man when you know that he's not who you want to be with forever. And on the other hand, that he deserves to be with someone who, you know, doesn't look at girls and think, oh my God, I wish I was with you instead. Do you know what I mean? But good luck, and keep us updated with what you decide to do and how it goes with the other girl. Shall we do one more? Go on then, I'll treat you all. One more. Here we go. This is really random, but I've seen your TikToks and I was wondering if you could help me. I'm having a hard time realizing if I'm a lesbian or not. This seems to be like the question on everyone's minds at the minute. Everyone's literally like, am I a lesbian? Am I just starting like a lesbian renaissance and everyone's deciding to be gay because of me? No, I'm so joking. Yeah, everyone's gay at the minute. Lucy and I were saying this. Well, I don't remember why we were having this conversation, but we were like, the cool thing at the minute is to be a fucking lesbian. Like, who wants to be straight when you could fancy girls? Do you know what I mean? Sorry, carrying on. I'm constantly thinking about it in school and at home when I'm in bed. I've kind of come to the realization with myself that I think I am. And I really want to tell someone because I can't build it up for much longer. It's taken over my whole head. But I really want to tell her, but I don't know how she'll react. Who's her? A girl or a friend? She is my one and only friend. I have no more, and I can't lose her because then I will genuinely have no one to talk to in school or to go out with. But I'm not sure, do I say it or not? She's the only person I can tell, but I don't know if she'll be against it and if she'll be okay with it. I've never heard her mocking gay people, but I don't know how she'll feel if it's me. And to be honest, I think I might have a crush on her. Okay, we just got a new layer to this story. But I can't tell if I do or not. I genuinely don't know what to do. I really want to tell her, but I have no clue how to do it or what to say. Well, first of all, congrats on becoming a lesbian. Clap. So welcome to the club. I feel like we need like little, I don't know, trinkets when someone becomes a lesbian. Like, here is your honorary rainbow. I don't know. We'll think of that. But yeah, I think especially whilst you're still at school, that's a really big realization to come to. And I mean, I didn't come out at school. I definitely fancied girls when I was at school, and it was hell. Like, utter hell and horror with all the boys thinking, oh, it's a lesbian. Like, so to come to that realization whilst you're at school, I think is really brave. So I guess the next steps for you are, do you tell your friend? Do you keep it in? I think absolutely you need to tell your friend. Like, this is you. And if she's really a true friend, pardon me. It's only my second yawn of this episode, to be fair, so you guys can't get mad at me because last week I yawned so much more. What was I saying? Yeah, if she's a true friend, she will not care if you like vaginas or willies or both or bumholes or boobs or man boobs or whatever you're into. If they're a true best friend, they'll not let it bother them. So I think, as hard as it is to know, if I tell you this really vulnerable thing about me and you decide not to like it, then I'm pretty much screwed. But would you rather have one friend who you can't be your 100% self around, or would you rather not have that friend and yet maybe go through a stage of having no friends, but knowing that you're 100% yourself and you're not staying friends with someone who doesn't accept you fully for who you are? And who knows, maybe by coming out, there might be other people in the school who've been feeling a similar way but have been too scared to sort of be the first one to be brave enough to do it. So by you coming out, you might spark a little chain reaction of other people being like, oh my God, I'm bisexual. Oh my God, I'm a lesbian as well. And then, you find a friendship group because of that. And yeah, I just think it's not fair on you to live your life hiding in the closet just because you're scared of what other people are going to think of you. But then again, I completely get why you would want to hide in the closet, because people's opinions can, affect things. They can be horrible, especially at school when you've got like teenage boys thinking like it's the funniest thing in the world to take the piss out of a lesbian. Like, fuck off, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think if you really feel comfortable, tell your friend. If you don't, I get it. But I just think, like I've said, if she's a true friend, she'll accept you for who you are. Like, I had it when I was at school. The most like awful thing. I've actually never admitted this, like that was actually true, but I'd been like speaking to a girl like strictly online, like we'd been chatting and stuff, and one of my friends had been on my phone and had seen it and had literally spread the rumor around the whole school. And I was like, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. I like deleted everything. And then one of my other friends was like, oh, I looked through your phone, see if I could find it so I could stick up for you, and I couldn't find anything. And I was like, exactly, because it wasn't there, but it was. Naughty me. But like I get it, like trying to hide it and feel and judge, like it's horrible. But I'm so proud of you for being able to come to that realization. And even if you decide that you don't feel comfortable telling anyone, thanks for coming to me and telling me and us in the podcast besties, because we love you and we support you. And like my personal DMs are always open, like if you need to actually talk to someone, not just send an anonymous dilemma in, like they're always there if anyone needs a little chit chat event, whatever. I got the nicest message from someone just saying like how happy I sound and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, my heart, because this was after I'd had the like, we're talking to the same girl. I swear you were in another relationship last week. And I was like, oh my God, everyone hates me. And then getting a message like that, like literally I showed Lucy, I was like, look at this. Like it just put the biggest smile on my face. So shout out to that person. But yeah, if you need anything, I'm here to reach out to. I actually have quite a few children that I teach dance to, like in high school, who have like come out to me like before their parents and been like, Jules, like I need to tell you something, I'm gay. And I think that's why it's so important for like the next generation to have these queer role models, because I didn't have that when I was at school, and some of them still probably don't. Like, not every kid's cool enough to have a lesbian dance teacher. Do you know what I mean? Like, aren't these kids so blessed that they've got this cool little lesbian dance teacher that if they, have these feelings of being gay, queer, whatever, like they know someone who's also that. Because I think it's so scary sometimes coming out as gay, whatever, lesbian, bisexual, pansexual, asexual, whatever it is that you are, when you don't know anyone else like that. You think you're the only person in the world who's ever gone through this, ever felt like this. You're thinking, is it worth telling people? Like, I get it, I completely get it. But I think for me, being able to be that person, people being like, well, if Juliet can do it, then so can I. So absolutely, me on the podcast, girlies and gays and nays, believe in you. We love you, we support you. And I think, fuck it, I think tell your friend. Start with one friend, and then you can tell more and more people. But good luck with everything. All right, guys, I am going to wrap up this week's episode here. Make sure you give us a like, a comment, a subscribe, a download, a 5-star review. Some of you little bitches, yeah, I'm getting sassy, haven't given us a 5-star review on Spotify. Our average rating is like 4.4. 4.4. Like, who's giving me a 4-star review? Are you joking? So if you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But if you want to give us a 5-star review, I'd be really grateful. Thanks. What else can you do? Give us a follow at the lesbianlounge.podcast on Instagram and TikTok. You can join our Instagram broadcast channel, our WhatsApp community chat. Make sure you come and meet us up at all of our events. And yeah, I will speak to you all next Thursday for a brand new episode. Love you all so much. Bye.